Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Full Circle. I'm your host, as always, Odell Harmon Jr. Please feel free to find me at Odell Harmon Jr.
And I'm the other host, Jared Fradette. You can find me at Toonvelo. Don't forget to follow the podcast at FC Podcast 23. Our topics for this week, we'll be discussing Super Smash Brothers.
Da, da, da.
You know, even though I like the new theme song, no, the Super Smash Brothers theme in my head is always the Brawl one. Call me Papa, maybe who.
It has everything a theme needs. It's very powerful, impactful. It has light opera singers.
Right. But what we were talking about, the new DLC character, Hero.
Is it Hero or The Hero?
The Hero, right. Not to be confused with Joker and The Joker. Right, because a lot of articles were like, introduces Joker, or introduces the Joker. It's like, no, he's just Joker, because the Joker is Batman. This is the Hero from Dragon Quest, whichever one it is.
Whichever one you want it to be.
Right.
At least 4 of them.
Yes.
Out of the, whatever, like 8 or something.
Oh, I've
never played a Dragon Quest game, actually.
But we can discuss that during that segment.
Right. We're also going to be talking about what anime should you be watching. It's Dr. Stone. It's not should you be watching, just whatever the anime gods decide to shove it down our throat with nonstop promotion. So
I've got a joke when we get to that segment. But first and foremost, at the top of the hour, we're talking about the new, I'm doing air quotes here for people at home, the new streaming platform, Mixer.
I honestly thought you were doing them for me, and I'm like, why are you doing air quotes for me? I was like you the other day where you were talking like, for me? Like, solely?
No. Right. We talk to people.
So, for if you don't know, by now you definitely know. Jared didn't know, but there is
no clue.
Twitch has a streaming competitor by Microsoft called Mixer. Mixer has been around since 2000 and...
I looked this up. So they were created in 2014 as Beam, and then Microsoft acquired them and rebranded them in 2016.
There we go.
As Mixer.
I remember. So, as someone who's been going to PAX religiously, like all of them, I remember Beam. But then I remember specifically when Beam became Mixer because they started having a booth and a presence and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were always giving me free cards. Like, people at patch cards like, hey, try out Mixer. And, you get like I don't know what the perks were.
Free subscription, free Mixer bucks.
Yeah, something. And I remember always thinking, because I remember the people were like, ooh, Mixer, is going to Twitch competitor. And it was just like,
the Zune. We're going to take down iPod.
And so this is my personal journey with Mixer. I remember seeing it. I was like, cool. Me personally, I'm not a big Twitch guy. I don't watch people on Twitch. I don't watch other people game. That's just not my thing.
Mm-mm. I get frustrated by it, Odell. You know when you've had the nightmare where you're watching yourself and you just can't run fast enough, or like you're like stuck moving in the same direction. That's what it's like for me to watch other people stream videos.
You know what? When I have those type of dreams,
okay. I need to get him in the cup. I'm so... What? This is too difficult, Nintendo. Jump. Anywho, that's my streaming experience.
Well, before we get too sidetracked, which I am about to sidetrack us.
No, that's what our podcast has. Geek variety show and sidetracks.
Always. So when I have those dreams, like my dreams are cruel to me. Like once I figure out the puzzle, like I can escape the house. My dreams like, oh no, now it's like debug one's just like, what? It's like I can't move. It's like there's the door, but my body goes right, and it's like, but no, this is the right course of action. I had a dream like that last night. It was like I made it out the building, I got in my car, and I sat there, and the bad guys immediately showed up, and I was like, why didn't I drive away?
For reasons. The only time I've actively sought out to watch a play was after I could not figure out the Charge-a-Bug riddle in Ultramoon. So I was like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? So I looked up Adala. I had already figured it out, but I was like, am I just stupid? Well, looked up Adala, and yeah, he had to go through every combination, and then it was like, oh.
They changed the rules on the last
puzzle. Changed the rules, and it's a Z. Got it. It makes sense. It's a Z crystal.
which previously they didn't connect that way.
No,
they didn't connect diagonally at all.
Yeah, it said you had to make like a connected line. I'm like, well, these aren't connect. Oh, guess it is.
So streaming.
Yes.
So yeah, my experience with Mixers, I always saw them. They always gave me little thingies, and it was like the Twitch booth. You know, they're all exclusive.
Sorry, are you a content creator? I was actually just trying to get.
Are you an affiliate?
I'm sorry, I was just trying to get to the booth. You're gonna need to walk around, but there's no one here.
Yeah, so Mixer was like that, and I saw it in 2016 at South, East, and West, and I saw it in 2017 at South, East, and West, and I saw it in 2018 at South, East, and West.
Wait, I want to interject now. So, as someone who has also avidly gone to PAX all these years, not all the Cardinal PAX, but just South, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, that's 19. Yeah. I didn't see them at all. I had no idea they existed. They were just another generic indie booth to me that I glossed over.
Yeah, to be fair though, I think at PAX maybe Twitch or Mixer wasn't there because PAX is small. I mean South is small.
Okay.
That seems like a plausibility.
Well, then one of us is a liar.
No.
Either way, I wouldn't be because I didn't see them.
I mean, you're fair enough. But point is, they've been around for a minute, long enough to be a viable, not Twitch competitor. Hence and forth, you've never heard of them, and apparently a lot of other people haven't before the Ninja announcement.
Looking it up again, also, Twitch apparently currently has 1.5 million users. Mixer, 69,000. A near magnitude difference.
Yeah, and my thing is, there's a thing about technology and things. Oh, wait, news. If you haven't heard, Ninja left.
So the reason we are talking about this is Ninja, the incredible Fortnite player, I assume other things too, but you've heard of him probably via Fortnite, is switching exclusively to streaming on Mixer.
Yeah, and so certain people are just like, oh, you just heard the numbers. We got what million?
1.5? 69,000.
Yeah, so somehow people think Ninja, this one entity, is going to take that 69,000 and bump it past that 1.6. Just know. And I'm not hating because, like, let's be realistic here. Mixer has not taken off.
Right, it's like...
And in the world of technology that's ever growing, ever expanding, if you're in the game, about going on 4 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're created in January. So, yeah, it'll be 4 years in January.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah. If you've been in the game 4 years, and you're trying to compete with the biggest that ever done it, and your subscription users are, like, fractionally that small, and most people haven't heard you after this, yeah. I mean, Ninja's... Because this is my thing. Ninja is popular, yes. But he is not Twitch's entire base.
Well, so that is... So reading further articles, the speculation here is not that we're going to steal users per se, but because Twitch is so large and congested, it's hard for content creators to stay on top, right? Like you said, there's only the one platform. So, and I don't know how Twitch works, but if they only feature or show or promote like the top 5 at any given time, the idea is that Mixer is trying to steal the content creators, not the users. So,
another
maybe?
interesting thing I read is, so Ninja became a famous streamer, or, he got his stream roots by being a Halo streamer. That was like his claim to fame.
Okay.
And so some people think, well, maybe Mixer's going to use this to market the new Halo Infinite and the new Xbox. Let's be real, I call him the 15 and under crowd love Ninja. He's like a god to them.
Well, he plays Fortnite, which is
like a god to them.
Yeah, which is like a god to them.
And so they'll get them to buy that new Xbox and Halo and stuff. I'm like, that makes sense from a new marketing move. But some people are also like, oh, how much money do they have to dish out in this? I'm like, well, first of all, Ninja's probably is mega rich. He has merch and Walmart. Jesus, where did I go so wrong in life?
You were born way too early.
And so, he has plenty of money. And some people were saying, this is the part that I really latched onto. I can't really attribute it to anyone because I've seen it in multiple ways. But maybe this is just out from the limelight. He has like a hardcore streaming schedule. He has to do all this. But with Mixer, he probably won't. He's already rich and has his money. This is like his retirement plan, essentially.
Right, that was...
This is him. I was a professional basketball player, and now I'm a professional basketball commentator.
Right, you get one golden parachute to switch over. I learned that word recently. Golden parachute, where the retirement package you give to CEOs to get them out, and then they can drift
and just have money.
Right? So like, Mixer is obviously, the rumors say that he might have gotten a 7-figure bonus. I'm like, I don't think 7.
Probably not.
Probably definitely a 6-figure. I don't think 7. But right, so he gets a golden parachute. I think the parameters for what you need to do on Mixer are less. Like, they're not as stringent to make you stay on top. Yeah. No, there's the one article I was reading said, like, he hasn't had his last vacation was on his honeymoon. I'm like, that's ridiculous. You're like 10. Why are you married? Thank you.
You know what's sad? We're old enough to make that joke.
Yeah. Yeah. But seriously, right? I'm just like, that is too, like, everyone should have vacation at some point. Yeah. If it was up to me, we'd have, like, the French model, like 3 months mandatory vacation.
Okay, I don't want to be that guy because being in the industry, I understand how much work can be. You know, we're at San Diego Comic-Con and people were like, oh, that's just fun. But yeah, I mean, it is hard work. But you are sitting at your desk in your house playing a game you would probably already be playing. Yes, I'm not saying it's not strenuous. I'm not saying that it's not wear and tear on your mind and body in some way. But the way I'm pretty sure they were stressing it was like he was at the steel mill, grinding, burning the midnight oil.
Right. He doesn't have black lung. He doesn't have.
He doesn't get up. His bones don't ache.
It'll be interesting though. Is like, years from now, like, how we can do like studies on like NFL players who now like have concussions, like with or without helmets, blah blah blah, or even soccer players now. I think I saw a study, but like, how does eyesight and mental aptitude work? I don't know. It might actually benefit them in the long run, right? Because like they give senior citizens video games to stay mentally active at home. So
yeah. And also, I'm just saying, no one's complaining that Betty the Walmart greeter hasn't had a vacation, but we're complaining about Ninja having a vacation. Okay, I'll get off my high horse.
The point is,
the boy does need a vacation.
The point is, he is well paid for the hard work that he does do.
That is true. Can't ignore that.
Now, something we can complain about is how much we were berated with ads for Dr. Stone.
My God. Okay.
I saw this great joke. Okay. It was on Tumblr. I'm going to try and find it to show you here, but it was like, "Dear Crunchyroll, what did I do to anger the angry bong man?" Because it's just like, it's everywhere. It's like in between like ads on Instagram. It's the top thing on like Crunchyroll for months before. Like
before it even came out.
I thought I was missing it. I was like, well, I guess I should probably watch this. Wonder how many like episodes or seasons we're in now. 1 of 1. Oh, okay.
So here's my thing. I know I talked about before it became this thing. I remember I probably mentioned in past. I was like, I should probably read Dr. Stone. I see it every week. It's still there. It's probably like going to be like a big 3 contender. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I should probably get a jump on this. I read like a few chapters. And I was like, I'll get back to it. Mm-hmm. There were just so many other things I was reading at the time. But yeah, once the like bombardment, I was just like, man, this shit better be amazing. Literally, it was just like, first of all, I feel like the cover art horribly miscategorizes the show and the lead character.
Right, okay, so I thought this was going to be scientists doing crazy, like I thought it was going to be like a Dr. Frankenstein thing, that he can somehow, like, turn into, like, a stone golem. Like, honestly, right? Because, like, he has this, like, vial, he's half stone, he looks very powerful. No. So the premise of the show...
He's not even, like, okay, he probably has a six-pack, but he is, like, canonically physically weak.
It's true.
Like, he has no stamina.
No, all anime characters have a six-pack. I was telling someone recently, it's just like, if you're thin enough, you also have a six-pack. That doesn't mean... being emaciated and having abs is not the same as having abs.
He is cut, though. Like, he's like...
Yeah, because he, like, eats 3 mushrooms a day and then, like, pounds stones until, like, he gets an ab. Anywho, so the premise of the show is that events have caused all the world's humans and birds.
And, humans and random, hasn't really explained why these animals.
Right, to stone. And so it wasn't until 3,700 years later, by accident, did Dr. Stone and others petrify. So now his goal is to rebuild civilization in a record-breaking before he dies.
Which, it took civilization to go from the Stone Age to, like, modern society, like...
Thousands of years.
And, he's going to do it in, a couple of decades, is, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll say the few episodes that have been out, 5 as a filming, I've liked. I like the premise. I like how we're kind of going with it. I don't know if I like watching it week to week. I feel of the 5 episodes that are out, it's in reality 3 episodes. Because it's just like, the pacing is kind of slow for my liking.
The first episode is just basically, this is what happened.
Right.
The second episode is like, again, this is what happened / we didn't really introduce who the characters were in the first episode, so let's do that now.
Right. It's just, I don't know, the pacing isn't great here.
So, it's, still in the beginning, so my thing is, it's done enough to spark interest. Once again, I don't think we had a choice because the anime guys were like, everyone's going to like this show. You ain't got a choice. I don't know who is in charge of Dr. Stone's, like...
PR.
Yeah, PR, their marketing budget, but they, like, did not spare a penny. So I think it's I think it's cool that the show is so scientifically accurate. There has to be a disclaimer.
Oh,
and I think that's hilarious.
Okay, right. So
scientifically accurate, and like when they say this is how you make gunpowder, it's like this is how you really make gunpowder. Don't do this.
Well, the fun part is though, right? Like they give you the ingredients, but they don't tell you the ratio of anything, which is just as important. I think. I don't know. It might be bucket chemistry.
Well, no, that's the thing though. If they told you the ratio, it would be better because not knowing the ratio is how things go boom. Okay, for example, you can make mustard gas. Not going to say that on the podcast.
Nope, although they did on King of the Hill.
So you can make mustard gas with household items. Granted, I'm not going to tell you what those household items are, and you do need to get the proportion right, but even if you don't get them right, you will still make something very bad.
I love to.
So that's why I think Dr. Stone is like, you probably won't make gunpowder like to the...
I wonder...
But I'm pretty sure you will make something, and that's just as bad.
Right, okay. We bring this up, right, we're watching on Crunchyroll. Do you think it's going to make it into, like, Toonami and in English dub with these, with the chemicals being listed? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I'm remembering, like, an episode of Mythbusters, they made gunpowder, and they had to censor it. Because there was a whole, like, the myth was, like, can fertilizer on a farmer's pants be turned into combustible gunpowder?
Oh, yeah, I remember that, like, their pants blew up, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to make actual gunpowder, which is 3 parts, boop, and boop, boop. You got all that? It's just like, They wouldn't even show us the color of it. It was like, it's in this jar. I was like, okay. I don't know. It'll be an interesting thing.
Yeah.
They probably will. It's probably, I don't know. I'm going to say it will make it.
It probably will.
Just because.
Because Toonami's on Adult Swim, so therefore it's already viewer discretion of yada, yada, yada.
I was just going to say I think it might not it's not known enough to, like, get attention.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I like Dr. Stone in the sense that, I still haven't liked it enough to start reading it. I will give it that.
That's a good rating.
Yeah, but it hasn't been the full first season. Like, because, for example, I watched The Promised Neverland, which also is a series, like, should I read this? And after this first season ended, I was like, yes. Let me get my little, little reading glasses there, and let me get my, and it was just like, pretty much, I was just like, oh, quite the page turner. I really wish, like, we had a full set, like, we could cut to, like a fireplace, like, me in, like, a robe, just like, oh, I didn't see you there.
Brandy.
Yeah. But Doctor Strange is weird in the sense that being so scientifically accurate, we have a very not scientifically accurate,
scientifically accurate.
Thank you. I say it right the first time, and then, like...
Yes. Like a tongue twister. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow, and you just kind of...
Yeah. So, we have a very not scientifically accurate character, which kind of I get. He's the literal opposite of Dr. Stone, whose name I can't remember right now.
Seku.
There we go.
I guess it. Okay, we've actually yet to say his last name. I can only assume it's actually Stone. Seku Stone.
I highly doubt that. That'd be too cakey.
I don't know. They just haven't listed it.
Did they say it? I mean, they could have said it in the first. Anyway, I digress.
Don't cover it a lot.
So
in a world with 3 people, 4 people, in a world with no society, do we need last names?
We literally have a character that encompasses brain versus brawn, but like his brawn is too much brawn.
No, well,
like for the show to be so like.
But then we also have the kind of intermediate character there, who's like, okay, he's actually. I think I'll say he's not as strong as our brawn character. He's just willing to kill, right?
That's the difference.
Right, but he's also not as smart as Seku, Dr. Stone, right? He knows enough that he's like, crap, I know what he's probably going to do. I don't know how to stop him.
But the brawn character is also surprisingly very sharp.
No, right?
I mean, not sharp, not like, okay, clearly Seku's like Albert Einstein IQ compared to everyone else, but
I'll say the brawn character is of average intelligence.
On
a scale of 1 to 5, the brawn character we have is a 5. Dr. Stone, I'm just going to keep calling him that, is a 10, and the intermediate guy is like the 7. And I don't know where the girl falls because she has like no speaking lines.
Oh no, the brawn guy to me is the villain. That's what I'm calling the brawn.
Oh, yeah, no, he's above average intelligence. Yes,
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like
I'm saying the brawn guy, character number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
call him the muscle.
The muscle. I say the muscle is actually stronger than the fighter.
You think so?
Right, because this isn't really a spoil. At one point, they punch each other, and he's like, "Oh, you survived my punch. Interesting." Which his punch is able to like break through rock and lions. So I think if Muscle were to ever actually punch him,
was to actually go at him with ill intent to hurt.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But speaking of punching and fighting and ill intent to hurt, Smash Brothers. Oh right.
Okay, I'm done.
Sorry, you were higher than the theme song, so I thought we were going something different.
You know I can't sing.
Sorry. Okay, so the new DLC character, the hero from Dragon Quest, has made his debut, and people already hate him. So
there's a petition to ban him and a petition to unban him. Like all the top Smash players on Twitter are torn. Some are like, no. Some are like, does it matter? Others are just enjoying the fun.
So I like him. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Okay.
And the reason I think they're torn is because I feel so many people who are top Smash players are close combat fighters. You cannot get close to the hero or you will die. So this throws a major kink in their plans.
So if you go on Twitter, we might show some tweets here. My favorite thing is some people say, who's in my best tweet, because there are a lot of tweets about Hero, said, who's in the hero completely counters my main club. and so one of the main complaints about Hero is he has too many tools in the tool belt. He has something of upwards 15 special moves compared to everyone's average of 4.
It is quite so I am upset that of his many special moves, he also gets a full counter. So, and it's not just a full counter. It's a lingering, uninhibited full counter.
You mean the reflector thing?
Bounce is the official move, right? Okay, so let's look at, we got...
And automatically, he can jump. First of all, it's a passive ability, so
it's a passive
you don't
ability,
have to do anything.
Which I hate, right? So Palutena, Zelda, my main, and Joker, right? Probably the strongest reflect characters. When we do it, we go, reflect! And then there's a lag to recover. His, like you said, is just passive. And it lasts. He can activate other abilities while this is going. And he can move and run, and I'm like... Because that takes out my main ranged ability, my Phantom Guard. So...
It reflects it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like I said, it's a full reflect.
Yeah.
As well as it reflects Din's fire, but Din's fire won't come back and hit me. So, if he happens to random number generator get that, which, 1 out of 3 odds it seems, gets it.
Yeah, because there's three different sets of 4 spells.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing. Some people. So the thing is, he has those 12 moves. So he down Bs. They randomly generate, in a set of 4. And I hear people go between. They just pick the first or second option because apparently, like, trying to read it and match at the same time is really hard. So people just activate it. But even those,
I find it hard.
and apparently everyone.
I
does.
also can't do Shulk's little jump. I'm like, wait, what did you do? Which mode are we in? What's happening?
So people usually choose the first or 2, but even at like just call it the roll of the die, it's still very effective.
That would be like 1 out of 6 then, which is pretty good. Above, what would it be? Somewhere below 20%, above 12%.
And so some of the funny things I saw people say do is like he gets a full recover like from anywhere on the map, which I think is amazing. But like I said, you have to first of all be in a situation where you can't come back to get that specific option. So, but like it's funny, I've seen videos of people fighting like since I said people just open the menu and do 1 or 2 because they don't got time. Like I've seen people like be like, haha, it's like
it's right back.
I've also seen matches where like people been uploaded where someone was literally fighting this guy and he got the bounce, like he just selected it and like the guy was like, range big bomb attack. No, it was another hero. He did his big fire thing and it was like, oh damn.
Okay, so
and I'll also say his range moves all have the impact of a regular smash. I keep seeing a lot of people, they're like, I'm coming on the level and there's like range move and no chance.
The other move I find completely unfair is his kamikaze attack. Is
that an automatic KO? Because I feel like every time I see someone gets kamikaze...
I believe so, but I find it unfair, not because it's an auto KO, but because it kills the opponent first. I feel if it's kamikaze, you should take the loss and then kill the other opponent.
No,
right?
no.
It should not be just sweet, free KO, right? Because then there's no repercussions for it.
Yeah, I feel like kamikaze, if it hits you, it kills at like somewhere probably like 50 and above, which is pretty much like...
No, I've been killed at kamikaze at 0.
At 0?
Yeah.
Okay, I know he does have the thwack, where it kills him automatically, right? There's the one that can kill you at any percent, but he dies too. Which one is that?
I think that's kamikaze, but normally when it's been used on me, it's been like a finishing final move.
Yeah, I mean, isn't kamikaze the big purple one?
I think that's Magic Burst.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking about. What's thwack? I thought thwack was the one where it all...
I don't remember.
Thwack?
Again, the names have gone by so quickly. Okay. I don't entirely remember.
Because I know he has one that can kill, but he blows up afterwards. Like you literally it's like your Zelda when he hits you, you just disappear and then
so when I played with him in training mode, that's what the effect of kamikaze did. It I was nowhere around anybody. It let out the big golden sphere burst, and then my character was gone. So.
Okay, I need to
go back and review this.
The point is he has a lot of devastating moves.
But I feel it should be he should die first, and then the opponent would make it actually like a fairer thing.
So yeah, he's RNG, but the people, I mean, he's RNG to the max. But people made a point. Olimar is RNG. Peach is RNG. Hell, Mr. Game & Watch is literally an RNG.
Right.
So I was like, these are all valid things. And people say, even though he has critical hit, yes, he gets critical hits. And so he can randomly hit you, and it can be a critical hit, and you're pretty much dead.
I saw this one great meme. It was like, people in the Smash community complaining about critical hits. Pokemon community, welcome.
But yes, I watched a video of Zero do it, and he said out of his 100 matches, he only got 2 kills out of critical hits or 2 wins based off that. And I'm like, that's fair.
Which, again, I think a lot of people have the mindset of like, I'm going to run in close quarters combat, which you cannot do with this character. Yeah. He has the upper hand. You have to change your strategy.
You really do. And I think it's kind of like when King K. Rool and people were like, oh, he's so new and has so many tools, like people haven't found the holes yet.
Right? So, I don't know. He hasn't really affected me as Zelda.
I will say this, his sleep, which everyone's worried about, is almost a non-factor because you stay asleep for like 1.2 seconds.
I'll say, once again, Nairu's love. Yeah. Yep, now you're asleep.
Yeah. Also, I do think the only part where sleep can maybe be the fact that you can cast it mid-air. I've seen a lot of things where people are just like...
Right, because
it's hilarious how they just like...
Ragdoll.
Yeah, ragdoll to the ground.
Okay, but I think that's enough for our episodes today, as the camera is going to die.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, for Full Circle Podcast, I am Jared Fradette. You can find me at Toonvelo.
I'm Ola Harmon Jr. You can find me at Ola Harmon Jr. Have a great week, everybody. Follow us at FC Podcast 23.
Like, share, seriously, share, and subscribe.
Ring that bell.